You guys hear that? It's totally silent here because the grandkids are gone. I don't know where they went. I mean, Rochelle took them somewhere. She just got a new car, so I've got the house completely to myself. And I will show you guys a video of the house to show you that it's just me. But my wife would get mad at me, because my house looks like I have four wild grandkids running around. So, there's, crayons everywhere. And I mean, this is a piece of Nate's train track. you know, the kids live here. So, because I can afford a maid to do 24-hour cleaning, it looks like I've got kids running wild here. And I do. But that's okay. That's okay. So, anyways, I'm just excited to like have the house quiet to myself so we can do the video here. I wanted to continue in the King and Queen series on just our identity. And today, I wanted to really talk about being vulnerable, the gift and the strength of being vulnerable. And you guys know, if you guys have watched any of my 100 videos that I have on Facebook, and now I'm doing videos on here, you'll see that I'm pretty transparent. I mean, I'm not completely transparent because there are some things that I do keep private for just me and my wife, and my closest, because that's personal. You're never gonna see me on Facebook putting somebody on blast about what they did to my mama or my ex or da 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 da. I'm not gonna do none of that ignorant stuff. I'm not doing that. That to me that's crazy. But I kind of want to talk about why it's so important to not lose the ability to get close to people, and I think that's becoming like an extinct characteristic in our society today because we're so guarded. And I was talking to a friend today that it's okay to be guarded from because not everybody's safe. I mean, period. I mean, whether you're in church or an AA meeting, not everybody is safe. Okay, so don't look. This is your advice for your Uncle Will. Don't go to church or an AA meeting and go drop something serious, okay? Because you don't know everybody. You don't. I remember it was like, man, it's how okay, I'm 15. It was probably about 20 plus years ago, and I was in a group. I'm not gonna tell you where, whatever. But I was in a group, and someone had dropped the fact that they had HIV in group. And I just cringed. And I was like, not because of what they had, but the fact that they dropped it and they didn't know anybody in this group. And I know we say, it's all confidential, but yo, let's be real, okay? You don't know everybody in this place. And I think because we've been betrayed, backstabbed, and talked about, which look, that's never gonna stop. People are talking about me right now. My ears are burning. You're never going to stop that. But to be guarded doesn't mean it's a door, not a concrete wall. I let some people in. I don't. And the problem in today's society is that we keep everybody out. No one gets to see our heart. And that's become a serious problem, in every aspect of our life today. Because I believe that life is relational, and it's about the bonds that you make or break that create us and build us and help us just progress in just everything, So, in my videos, I try to be vulnerable. I mean, you guys have seen my videos. I mean, I've just gone through, a serious hit, with the loss of my friend, and I cry real tears. I mean, that's just the deal, but part of that is being authentic. And the strength of that is that people know that I need them as much as they need me, you know. And when I was telling one of my friends a couple days ago on Facebook, that when I claim you as a friend, I mean that means I will be there if you need me, come hell or high water, if at all possible, unless you in another country and I don't have the money, I will be there. If I have it, it's yours. If I don't have it, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you regardless. But, You know, I believe in that ride or die. You know, mind you, I look, if you say we're gonna go rob a bank, I'm gonna tell you no, we're not, and I'm probably gonna tie you up. But you know, it doesn't mean I'm gonna agree with every plan you have, but I'm gonna be there to tell you yes, no, you're crazy. Because that's the that's the magic of allowing people to be part of your family, to be part of your tribe. And the problem I see in today is that because we've been wounded and because we've been hurt and because some of us still don't really like ourselves, we are very, no, I'm not even going to say cautious. We refuse to allow people to get close to us anymore. And yet we struggle with feeling lonely. So we've got these two messages going on. One message from my inner child, you know, I'm getting all therapeutic. From my inner child, I'm saying, I'm lonely and I'm scared and I'm hurt and I need a hug. That's what I'm saying on the inside. But on the outside, I'm this, you know, big, bald black man that says, get the hell away from me. Back up. Keep your distance. That's what I'm saying on the outside. And so people end up falling for the superficial message that we've gotten so practiced in giving, and they don't ever step behind the fence. They don't ever knock on a door. We've got a sign on our heart, really on our forehead, that says "Do not trespass." And if that is our stance, if that's our posture, it's creating the lonely world that we're living in. You know, the other thing is that, you know, some of us not only create this world of distance, but we also will justify it by surrounding ourselves with people that we know are going to betray us. We know are going to talk about us. We know are going to be there when we need them. So we will surround ourselves and we'll call them our besties. How is that person your best friend if they've never been there for you? If they never called to check on you? I mean, just y'all know, look, I'm very patient and I have a lot of grace for a lot of people. Um, but I do have some requirements. If you are in my inner circle or you're trying to get into my inner circle, I expect you to check on me if you know I'm hurting. Period. I mean, and that's standard. You know, if you and I, it doesn't have to be immediate, because we do have other stuff going on. But I do expect you to drop a line at some point. And look, and if you're that busy, then I guess we're not that close. And the same thing for me. If I haven't called you to check on you, it is your right to to call me to the carpet and say, yo, Will, you never called me. I thought we were close. And either I will correct you on that perception or I will apologize for dropping the ball. Because, look, I said I'm not perfect. I'm not, and sometimes I still will fall back into my own ways of being a little self-absorbed. Pain will do that. If you're in pain and you've been in pain for a while, you need to run a self-diagnosis to see if you have unintentionally become self-absorbed. When's the last time you called to check on one of your boys or one of your girls? Just for no reason. When's the last time you called to check on your mama or your sister or your brother? You know, and if it's been more than a month, you need to get on it. You need to get on it because and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy, but I believe this world is created on relationships. You know, relationship with yourself, relationship with your people, relationship with God. I believe all those relationships are necessary, and it's important that they're healthy. So part of that is being able to honestly be authentically vulnerable. And I'm not saying being vulnerable with everybody, but if you don't have anybody you can really let down your hair with, and I ain't even got no hair, well, actually I'm a little fuzzy there, I need to shave. But if you don't have anybody that you can just get a hug and just tell them that I'm scared, you're not living your best life. You're just not. I can't imagine doing life without my people. I can't. That would be my version of hell. You know. So I'm just encouraging you guys. Look, I know it's hard. I know this is stretching some of us. And it's funny because I went to the gym this morning and I was hurting. I was walking like an old man this morning, and Sue picked up on it. And so we immediately went to the blue mats of death. That's what she calls them. And we just started stretching and working my lower back and moving and I'd actually started to sweat because I was in pain. And it was funny, because I'll laugh when I'm in pain. But I knew I needed to do that to regain some flexibility and mobility. And that's the way it is with our heart. I mean, we've become so inflexible, we're stiff, and the slightest thing will break the back of our heart. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. The heart is supposed to be a flexible muscle. So, in order for it to start flexing again, we've got to stretch. You got to start working some relationships and building them and opening up a little bit, just a little bit, so you can grow. I don't know anything that can grow and expand and learn without being vulnerable. I mean, have you ever been in class where they say something and you don't even know what the word means? Do you raise your hand and ask what that means? Or do you just kind of sit there and act like you know what everybody else knows? And I guarantee you, not there's somebody else in that class that don't know what the word means either. I I make a practice of asking lots of questions. Wherever I go, I'm gonna be that guy with a notepad that's gonna be taking notes and asking questions because I always want to be in a position to where I can learn. And in order to learn, in order to grow, in order to get stronger, you have to be able to be vulnerable, to let go of your pride, to let go of to let go of your fear. So I hope this message, it helps somebody. You guys know I love you guys. You know, and I apologize if I step on any toes or anything like that. But I just really care, and I just want you guys not to be stuck behind the wall, isolated and alone, because you're kings and queens, and kings and queens need to be a better example. Okay, love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.